Hello, Administrator. Let's dive into Substream Alice Emergency. This is one of the story before administration fail. I make this summary and it is in my third best substream because of its storytelling and plot. The story begins in 2021, and corrupted objects are something that is not yet known to the public. On that day, a fire broke out in a building. It was being covered by the media from a helicopter. The firefighters were struggling to get into the building. Then, an officer named Alice Braidwood arrived at the scene in a car and was reckless. After the fire captain argued with Alice's reckless actions, they stopped arguing and began combing the building looking for survivors.
In the middle of her search, Alice found a girl carrying a pocket watch, which was a counter watch. The girl, who did not say anything, instead ran away from Alice, who wanted to get her out of the location. The little girl also strangely opened a room with a heavy and large door. Because Alice contacted Captain via radio, the captain came. Alice told him that the girls had entered that room. The door was big and heavy, so Captain broke down the door. Alice and the captain then found her. They saved the little girl who fainted due to carbon gas poisoning. Alice tried to put an oxygen mask. Unintentionally, she touched counterwatch that the girl held tightly. Suddenly, from that watch, a strong explosion occurred that left the captain of her team bleeding profusely in the middle of the room that was burning heavily. That was when Alice slowly transformed into a bygone, a human who grows animal body parts due to the CRF. However, Alice didn't yet realize the growing ears and tail. The captain was bleeding from the debris from the explosion that crushed his body, and his body from the hips and below was immobilized. After the captain realized the three of them were trapped, he decided that their way out was to hand over his leaking oxygen tank to Alice and the little girl. He immediately instructed this. Alice initially objected and even argued briefly, but eventually accepted the reality because the little girl was becoming critically ill from carbon gas.
As she began to descend the building to the surface, Alice found a fire suit worn by what appeared to be a firefighter on the floor. Suddenly, something resembling a large dog attacked her. Alice briefly wondered if the other firefighters had already been killed by the large dog, but then she realized that the little girl needed to get out immediately. Although briefly, she saw the dog being attacked by an ice arrow that froze it. Alice ignored it and immediately escaped with the little girl, who unfortunately also died, probably because lacking in oxygen. On the day of the fire, Alice was the sole survivor. The entire team and the little girl died. Meanwhile, Alice was under the media spotlight. The ice archer, who had helped Alice, Judy Swift, reported that her mission had been completed and asked the administration to take care of the rest. After the incident, Alice submitted a very odd report. This was because she hadn't learned anything about the truth from the newly formed and highly classified administration. This time, she argued with the supervisor and the technical team, who were upset by the nonsense about the dog she saw on the scene. Alice also visited the captain's family, who blamed Alice for his death. Afterward, she met a reporter who asked about the tail, ears, and the dog she saw that had bitten her. The bite had turned her into a half-human, half-animal. Because the reporter annoyed her, Alice hit him. Alice also visited the hospital and underwent an examination about her body parts. The medical team was also confused because her tail and ears seemed to be natural from birth. She was also given about 15 days of leave. Then, a call came from her superiors, informing her that she had been punished and would be demoted according to the disciplinary committee's deliberations. After ending the call, she remembered that the little girl had a pocket watch. He felt that the watch was the cause of the strange events that led to his captain being killed. That day, Alice decided to reinvestigate the fire site alone. During her investigation, she found Eternium. The purple object then summoned a number of corrupted objects. It was the dog she had seen a few days ago. She then met with the deputy commander of the Yaksha Division, Judy Swift, and she asked Alice to call her Judy. Judy then took care of the CO who appeared. After that, she explained the technical details about counters, the administration organization, the counter watch pocket watch, and bygone factors.
Judy also invited Alice to visit their secret hideout. At the hideout, Judy introduced Alice to Justine. Justine, who appeared to be a child, was actually a researcher working in the same division as Judy, namely the 4th Division, the Yaksha Division, whose members were all bygone. Judy introduced the history of the Yaksha Division's founding and the division's contract with the administration. In the middle of the conversation, the CSE sensor had risen to level 3, reported by AI Maneka. Judy immediately answered that and said that she would go down to the location. Hearing this, Alice also wanted to join in this mission. On this mission, Alice contributed well, despite not yet being a member. She even defeated a Category 3 CO and saved a construction worker who was on the scene that night. However, Alice fainted after the operation and was hospitalized.
Meanwhile, Judy finished her report. There was a brief flashback. It was the day the AI Monica announced that their commander, who had gone missing in action, had to be replaced by Alice Braidwood in the future. This decision was made based on calculations by the Hive Control supercomputer. The Yaksha members protested because Alice would be their commander and the youngest member, yet she hadn't even awakened her bygone factor yet, let alone her CRF. The Yaksha members proposed a restructuring of this position, stating that it should have been handed over to Judy. Judy was the only one who favored the administration and Hive Control decisions, and that closed the deal in meeting.